Hey, what's up? My name is PJ, and in this video I'm going to do the first edition of the 36 frame challenge. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so the 36 frame challenge is an idea that I had with Jeremy for a possible series. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if it's going to work that well, but the idea is you have 36 shots to make the best photos possible. It's like you're shooting a roll of film, basically, but there's all sorts of constraints and limitations. For today, I've got my first ever DSLR, the Nikon D5000. I recently got it back, got it in my hands. It feels very small, it feels very light and plasticky. At this stage, I'm pretty sure this camera came out in 2009, so this is an 8-year-old camera at this stage. It's going to be interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a walk, I'm going to go down a street, and in 36 frames only, I'm going to make the best possible pictures that I can. I'm going to shoot in RAW plus Jpeg, but I think for the sake of the challenge, I'm only going to use the Jpegs. So, formatting memory card, probably can't see that, done. And yeah, so I can look at the back of the screen, I can look at the light meter inside, obviously, because that's how you shoot normally. But the idea is to make from 36 frames the best photo possible. So yeah, I'm going to start right now. This could be really interesting, or it could fail miserably. I'm not too sure. So let's see how we go. Going to start right now. First frame, I'm actually kind of nervous. TBH. It's a minimum aperture of 3.5 at 18mm or 5.6 at 55. So that's going to be challenging. Because I'm shooting JPEGs as well, I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to put the white balance onto cloudy. I like a bit of a warmer image, so it could be my biggest mistake, but I think it's going to pay off. I think it's going to make my photos a little better. So for this one, I'm going to shoot extra wide just to get as much light as possible. Let's give it a go. Alright, we're off. That's the first frame. One thing that I do hate about this camera is there's no ISO dial. There's a dial on the back here where my thumb is. I can change shutter speed, or I can click a button to make it change aperture, but the ISO you have to change in the menu, which is a real hassle. I'm actually really nervous about this now because 36 frames is not a lot. For someone who tends to overshoot, 36 frames is not a lot. Alright, let's do it. I'm going to pop my GoPro on. 2 frames down, 30-40 go. Okay, so I'm 3 frames in, and this is actually even harder than I thought it would be. I just had an idea. It's really hard to tell on the small screen. It could be awesome, or it could be absolute rubbish. I'm not sure. And my battery's dying, of course it is. So one of the things that I'm going to say is, on my 5D Mark III with my nice 35R lens, I often use the depth of field as a bit of a crutch. It allows you to get lazy with your composition, because instead of worrying about what's in your frame, you can just worry about blowing out the background, and then all you have to focus on is the subject. And basically anything looks good with a soft blown out background. So what I'm trying to do, because this is a f3.5 lens, what I'm trying to do is put something in the foreground to show depth without actually having true depth of field, if that makes any sense. And I'm just looking for light or shadows or just something interesting because I'm going to have to focus purely on composition. Oh, there's a bit of nice light. Definitely going to use that. So as I was saying, you have to rely purely on composition because I'm looking at the light meter inside the camera, but I'm still kind of guessing the settings, and I'm not sure that I'm going to get it right every time, and I don't want to waste too many frames. But purely on composition, can't use depth of field as a crutch. It's going to be JPEGs. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use the JPEGs, which means I can't edit them too much. So it's going to be purely composition and use and understanding of light, basically. It does have a tilty screen, but is the most annoying tilty screen ever because it just tilts straight down or straight up. So I think it's meant for video, like if you want a video down low like that. It's not very good for selfies, but I'll see what I can do. I have no idea if that was good or not. It doesn't look good on the back of the camera, even though the lighting is nice. Composition is not that great. I'm not using the screen in selfie mode. I'm not using live view in selfie mode. I'm just using it to look at the light meter to see approximately where the exposure is. But with patchy light like that, it's really hard to tell anyway. I actually want to go back to the other end of the alley. I want to use some of those shadows again. I think I could have done something cooler than I did before, so let's try that. Some kind of cool textures of the shadows and the greens, so give it a try, I guess. Put something in the foreground, find some pretty shadows. That's the plan. I wish I had a model to shoot. I wish I had someone to take pictures of, because I reckon I could do a pretty good job if I had a subject and wasn't just shooting myself. Okay, I don't exactly know what I was looking for, but I didn't find it, so I'm going to keep walking. Keep walking until I find something that is worth shooting. How many frames are we in? 6 frames in, holy shit. I need to shoot a few more. This would be so nice to shoot a model. Okay, so I'm going a full stop underexposed for this because I know the sky is going. I'm going to go a little bit more actually, because I know the sky is really bright and the shadows are quite dark. So for the best. I don't know what I saw in that. I think it's just the angle that the light is coming off the fence, the shadow there, and the way that it's hitting the fence, it's actually reflecting back onto the opposite fence with a nice little kick back, which is kind of cool. But I don't know, I'm trying to see another shot. I want to do one more shot in here before I move on, because it's been really good so far. Let's just keep to the green. All right, moving on. Such a nothing shot. The grass is so perfect at the front of this house. Just want to get the texture, I think. Literally a nothing shot. I just really like the texture. I think I underexposed a little bit as well. I wasn't concentrating. This is turning out to be a lot harder than I thought it would be. Again, for no other reason but nice texture. Interesting pattern of light on top of a nice texture. That's all I want. So it's about 6 o'clock in Melbourne. That means there's probably between 2 and 3 hours until the sun goes down. So it's late afternoon, but the sun goes down probably between 8:30 and 9. So we've still got quite a bit of sunlight left. Should be a nice time to shoot though. Not direct, harsh sunlight from above. Hopefully some interesting light and some interesting things that I can see at this time of day that I possibly wouldn't be able to at midday. Thank you so much for watching this. I really hope you enjoyed the video. It was so challenging, but I had an absolute blast making it. If you like this sort of content, give me a big fat thumbs up. The second part is coming very soon, and if I do say so myself, the second part is even better than the first.